Hello everyone, welcome back to part 2 of the RD Franky. Oh yeah. So let me show you where I'm at. So I got the frame all cleaned up. Came out pretty nice. I'm pleased with it. I have the main valve cleaned up. Very nice. I didn't do any high polishing. Just all 4/0 steel wool. We got the air intake tube, the burner tube. We got the generator. We got the filler cap stripped, and I'm going to show you later on how to replace that gasket, which is totally shot. We have the vent hanger that came out nice. Now I'm going to swap this valve because this was burnt with a black one. So we got that. And the direction disc was trashed. And if I would have tried to clean it anymore, I would have lost all the lettering on it. So I have this one, which is the wrong one because it says mantles instead of mantle. So I'm not sure which one I'm going to use. Or I may just buy a new one. What else? We have the U-tube all cleaned up. We got the Venturi all cleaned up. Check valve is cleaned up. What else do I have in here? The ball nut to hold the vent down is cleaned up. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put together the frame. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by putting the Venturi in there this way. Okay, and then that goes in there. We'll slip the vent hanger underneath that. Then we take this and we come in from the bottom and start to thread it in. Get everything lined up. Then I'll get a adjustable wrench because no other wrench seems to fit. And we're going to snug this up. And there you have it. So this is all assembled. Now let me just reset the camera up and clean this up, and I want to show you the fount. Right. One other thing before I show you the fount. I got the frame rest, or the collar, sometimes it's called, straightened out. It had a couple dings and whatnot in it. And what I did was I took this hole saw, which has a pretty close radius to this, and just tapped it all out with a plastic hammer. So basically put it on here like this and went around wherever there was dents. Got it pretty round, so this needs to be cleaned and we'll be done with that. And again, if I showed every single little detail of one of these, well, this one's a Frankenlantern, but basically a rebuild, restore of a lantern, I swear, I think the videos would be 3 parts an hour each. So again, if you want to see something, you know, in more detail, just let me know. All right, so we have the fount stripped. Let me come around this side. And hopefully I can get this all in view. Got me a glove on. Right now, it is soaking in evapor rust. There was very, very little rust on the inside. But the outside did have some rust, especially down around here. You could see those darker spots. That's where rust was. Now it has some pitting. There's no major dents and dings, but we have a couple spots of pitting. Okay, around here, here. So there's two choices: do nothing, or try to clean them up as best as possible, and that's what I'm gonna do. So basically, when I end up taking this totally out, I will flush everything with water, okay, to get rid of the evapor rust. Then I'm going to flush the fount out with some used Coleman fuel, okay, because that has some additives in it to prevent rust. So I'll swish it around, swish it around, swish it around. If I have to, I'll throw some BBs in there, but I'll clean the inside very, very well. And once I get, clear liquid coming out, we'll call it good. I'll throw some compressed air in there to dry it out. And then I'm going to come back to this fount, and I'm going to wire brush it. I'm going to sand any high spots. And then what I'm going to do is just take, in this case, it's Ace Primer. And I'll spray some of that into, the top of a coffee can or a leak-proof paper plate. And I'll go over all of these spots where these very, very fine pitting is with the paintbrush and a nice heavy coat of that primer, okay? Once that dries, I'll sand it and see if it needs more. So basically, I'm going to be using the primer as a filler, okay? Now, if there were major dents, I would use body filler, okay? But these are not, super major dents. And I find that using the primer as a filler itself, it's faster. You don't see it when you put the next coat of primer on it because it's the same primer, and it works really well. So next time you see the fount, it'll be primed. Color-wise, to get that fount to match the vent, which, let me go grab the vent. All right, so here's the vent. And again, I don't know how this is coming out, but it's not white, okay? When you take it out into the sun, it's actually got like a weirdish greenish tint to it. I thought pearl, like a pearl color was going to work, but I went to 3 different stores, looked at 4 different brands of spray paints, and I couldn't get anything to even remotely match that. Just to give you an example, there's white, okay? Yeah, it just doesn't match. Do I have anything that's beige laying around? Nah, not off. I don't have anything just laying around, but I mean, you could see it's so not white. So I'm in a quandary right now. I'm in the middle of trying to find a place that'll be able to do a color match. I found an automotive place that would do it, but I don't have a spray gun because they don't put it into aerosol cans. The O'Reilly website says that they do it, but the ones around here don't. And then there's places online where you have to send it and then they'll send you back, the spray paint. And again, when I'm doing these, I try to do them as inexpensively as possible, and if I have to end up costing me, $30, $40, $50 to get paint, yeah, I'm not doing that. So I'm thinking maybe I do a complete contrast. And I have this as the vent color, obviously, because that's the color, and a black fount. I'm thinking that may look pretty cool. So you're going to have to wait to see. I'm going to probably come back with the primed fount and then decide if I'm going to make this a part 2 or basically a finale and come up with a color for the fount. So I'll be back as soon as I can. All right, so the fount is all primed. Well, I got a serious glare off of that, huh? The pitting did not all come out. I have no idea if this is going to show up, but if you can see there. So I have to decide if I'm okay with that or if I want to take it a step further and get glazing compound, you know, the red stuff you see sometime on cars, and fill that in. But I'm going to end this on part 2 because I cannot find the right paint. I have one more place to check, and I'm thinking maybe to do the total contrast thing and make the fount black and have that, whatever color that vent is, you know, kind of, again, I don't know if it's kind of a grayish, man, let me try to move this. There you go. Like a grayish color. It almost matches the primer good. But I'm thinking possibly, let me see if I move this. Oh, that's better. You can see that a little better. See if those pittings, the pits show up. It's very, very light. You know, I don't have to fill them in, but sometimes I get a little freaky when I'm painting. But I'm thinking possibly do the black, and for lack of a better term, we'll say white on it. So I'm going to end this for part 2, and I'm going to leave the question for you all. Should I continue the hunt for the paint? Should I go with black? Black and, again, for lack of a better term, we'll say a pearl on top, okay? Those are my choices. The only other thing, like I said, it would cost a lot of money, is to send that vent out, get the paint match, and it's just a one-off project. I can't justify spending that kind of money. The other option I was thinking is possibly going to an auto body shop and getting the paint matched there and how much they would charge. But again, I can't see them doing it for less than, you know, 40, 50 bucks. I mean, they may even want $100 to do it. So, yeah, I'm going to continue to hunt for paint. But let me know down in the comments if you think a black and a pearl vent, a black fount and a pearl vent would look good. So there you have it, folks. And you got a nice look at my very disorganized bench right now. But my main goal was to get primer on that fount because I really didn't want any flash rust happening. So I'll leave you here. And again, you know I'm going to say it. I'm sending you all much, much love and appreciation, my brothers and sisters. Thanks for coming along. Leave me a comment. Let me know your thoughts. And we'll see you on the next one. Where's my fingers? There they are.